Alright, everybody. As you can see, the tier list format, I had fun making my first one, so I'll make another one. This time we're doing all starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Kind of have this one was the best one I could find that had most of the starting QBs and the rookies on here. So let's get started. You know the categories. We got elite, we got superstar, we got good, decent. These are basically like journeyman quarterbacks, and then we got the quarterbacks that are just bad. So let's jump right into it with Josh Allen. He is an elite quarterback. The departure of Stephon Diggs may seem like we might see a decline in Josh Allen's production, but it's not. He did fairly well without Stephon Diggs towards the end of last year because Diggs was a non-factor. And I know this because he was on my fantasy team and he sold me so many games at the end. But anyways, I digress. We're not talking about fantasy. So Josh Allen is a very elite quarterback. He is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. There is very few quarterbacks I would rather have other than Josh Allen. Actually, there's only one quarterback that would have more than Josh Allen. You know who it is. But anyways, next up, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is an elite quarterback. His second year, he took the Bengals, who were a poverty franchise for such a long time, to the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, they came up short. Then injuries and everything just have been slowing him down. So hopefully, he can stay healthy because kind of where he's been developing an injury problem, and that is not good, especially with the Bengals, who for some reason never want to pay their players. Jamar Chase should get a contract already, but besides the point. Now, our first bad quarterback, Derek Carr's bad. I tried giving this man the benefit of the doubt, saying it was the Raiders, because he put up some good numbers with them. But Derek Carr's just bad, and I don't think he'll be the starter long term there. I think Spencer Rattler at one point is going to come in and take that job from him, just because the Saints are going to be like, we got nothing to lose. Throw the rookie in. Let's see what we got with them. Next up, Kirk Cousins, and I'm going to go on a limb and say Kirk Cousins, he is a superstar. Now, his playoff record might not be good, but look at his stats. He was on pace to be, in my opinion, the MVP last year if he never tore his Achilles. The Vikings were getting on a good roll with him after they beat the Niners, which was very painful to watch. They went on a pretty good roll, but then unfortunately, his leg just gave on him, and unfortunately, the Vikings went downhill. And instead of resigning with them, he decided to go with the Atlanta Falcons because the Vikings were very upfront and say, hey, we're probably going to take a rookie quarterback, and just want you to give you the heads up. And he said, you know what? Respectfully, I want to go play for somebody else because I want to be the long-term future plans. Right? Another quarterback who is horrible, Daniel Jones. Who in the front office decided, let's give this man $40 million to be a complete ass of himself on national television, should be fired. And here's the thing, I don't think he's going to finish the year as a starting quarterback. They're probably going to sit his ass during the halfway through the season to avoid his injury clause. Now, whether you think that's right or not, that's your own opinion. But I just think New York's going to cut their losses with him. So that's how I think the New York Giants season is going. If you're a Giants fan, yeah, not fun times in the Meadowlands. Now, the next up, Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels, from what I've seen from him in college, I can't pretend like I'm a big college football fanatic, which I just see the highlights on the draft night. But he looks pretty good. I think he was the one with the freakish elbow. Can't remember. But I think he'll be good, and he has some weapons for he can use out in Washington. So I think he'd be fairly decent, or a good quarterback. So we'll see what happens there. But as of right now, good, and I feel like that's kind of high for a rookie. But you never know. Rookies here was getting very allergenic where I live. Like outside my apartment, there's allergies, pollen, a bunch of yard work, and I am dying. I hate it. But let's moving off. Enough of my issues and me being a big crybaby. We got Jared Goff. Jared Goff is officially a superstar in the league. He is amazing. He did so much for the Detroit Lions team, and that contract he got was rightfully deserved. Will it buy him on the ass? I don't think so, because by the time that contract actually starts coming into play, there's going to be other quarterbacks who have crazier contracts. So, we'll earn, Jared. You and the Lions scare me. But here's somebody who I used to consider elite, but now I consider him a superstar just on the fact because it's just, who am I kidding? He's elite. Give that man some proper weapons and he will do damage. Yes, he had Keenan Allen and Mike Williams for a better part, but he never had them both together when they were healthy. So Justin Herbert, now with a competent coach and maybe some good weapons coming his way, he'll be very elite. And I think the Chargers, if not this year, the following year would definitely be a playoff team. Now, Jalen Hurts, the tush push merchant, lost Jason Kelsey this offseason. Will he still be able to do tush push? Will he still be able to have all those rushing touchdowns? He is still a very good quarterback. Let's not kid ourselves. Putting him at good will almost be disrespectful, so I'm going to put him as a superstar, but I'm watching him because I don't know about this Eagles team. They fell apart towards the end, and they won the offseason again, but I don't know. Something about it. Something about it. Lamar Jackson, he's elite. No ands, ifs about it. He is an elite quarterback. Does he throw the ball deep? Does he throw the ball? Will he evaluate his passing yards? No. But he could do a lot out on the field that a lot of other quarterbacks can't do. And that's all you really need to do in this league, apparently. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Trevor Lawrence. I had him as an MVP candidate before the season started. And he just did not look good. He's not living up to that generational talent, that next Andrew Luck level. It's just I don't know, man. He's definitely not a bust, but just all the hype that he had coming in, and the whole 2021 draft class of quarterbacks, it's just not looking so great. So right now, he's a good quarterback, but there's definitely a lot of quarterbacks I would have more than him. Will Levis. One thing about Will Levis is he'll definitely score for you in 13 seconds. Bet you the Bills wish they had him, but he has a powerful arm. He has a powerful arm, and you know what? He looks like he has some promise. And the Titans, for some reason, instead of rebuilding, it looks like they were retooling. So I want to see what they're gonna do out there, but I can't put him up anything above decent because I just don't know exactly how he'll play out this year. So we're gonna have him at decent for now, but he is borderline good. So we'll see how it goes. Jordan Love, 1 year as a starter, and a lot of people are having him as a superstar. They're having him as the next Aaron Rodgers, this and that. But let's not forget how he started the year. He started it very rocky, looked very bad. They picked it up at the end. The Packers team is going to be very good. I just want to point out this category is not an insult. So he's good, borderline superstar, but I just need to see more out of him before I can move him up to this category. That's just my opinion, and again, in my tier list. So if you don't like it, fuck off. I'm just kidding. This man is elite. He is the best player in the NFL, and that closes this elite category. No one else can go here. Outside of these top five, you're not elite. You're a superstar, good, decent, or bad. Because you can only have so many elite players, and that's these guys right here. These are the guys that you can put on any team, and they will carry them to success. So that's what I'll say. Well, look, let's not rush Justin Herbert right now. It's there's you could put him on almost any team, and they'll probably carry it to success. But Drake May, I'm sorry, man. I can't. I'm gonna put you at decent because you're gonna be in a really bad situation. You are basically gonna have a Bryce Young type situation going on there, and yeah, I don't envy you right now what you have to deal with that horrible Patriot squad. All right, Baker Mayfield up next. He's a good quarterback. He revitalized his career, and I was so worried that he was approaching the bust territory. But after a stint in LA and then taking over for Tom Brady, he actually carried them to the playoffs, and he looked pretty good. So Baker Mayfield, you are a good quarterback, and you know what? Cleveland should have kept you, in my opinion. Cleveland should have kept you. They messed up by going for Mr. Allegations, and we'll get to that Bill Cosby impersonator in a minute. JJ McCarthy, I don't necessarily know who's going to be the starting quarterback there, but I'll put him in decent because I think by the end of the season, he definitely will be the starting quarterback, not Sam. So we'll go based off of that, in my opinion. Someone else who's a decent, serviceable quarterback is Gardner Minshew. You can put Minshew out there. He might win you some games, he might not, but he definitely has a lot of heart, and that's all you can ask for in an NFL quarterback. Sure. Kyler Murray, he's a good quarterback. He used to be a superstar quarterback, in my opinion, but just in the recent years, I just feel like he's been very underwhelming, and it's not his fault. Injuries have played a part, so we'll see how he can bounce back now that he has a full season coming in. He only played half of last year, and the Arizona Cardinals weren't really trying to do much, but they were a scrappy team, so Maybe they'll continue that scrappiness and might shock some people, but he's a good quarterback. Bo Nix, I don't know what to say about you. I didn't watch you much, and you were in college for like 10 years, but we'll put you at decent for now. I forgot that Aiden O'Connell is also technically on the Raiders, and he may be the starter. So I know I said starting quarterbacks only, but I'll make an exception right here just because I really don't know who will be the starter, but it's both going to be the same. Let's talk about Dakota Prescott. He's a good quarterback, but why does he get a lot of shit? Similar to the man he's next to. More on him in a minute. Because he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. And if you're not a Cowboy fan, you're a Cowboy hater. And I am not a Cowboy fan, so that tells you everything you need to know. But I am not dumb to admit that he is not a good quarterback. As a matter of fact, he is what you would call a superstar quarterback. Very good in the NFL. If he was on any other team besides the Cowboys, he'd be getting a lot more praise. But he plays for the Cowboys. So unfortunately, anything bad that happens to that team, he gets the blame for it. And it wasn't even his fault they lost in the playoffs this year. Just pointing out that defense choked. Now, for who I believe will be an elite quarterback by the end of the season, I'm not going to be dumb and put him now. But Brock Purdy is a superstar. And fuck you if you think he's a system quarterback. You want to point out all his fucking weapons, say that, oh, he's only good because of Christian McCaffrey. He's only good because of it. You know, it's not his fault. His GM made a good situation for him. And he actually takes advantage of it. And first, he can put any fucking quarterback in that fucking system and that they'll do great. Let me point out to Jimmy Garoppolo, who, yes, that team carried his ass to the fucking playoffs so many times. But it wasn't because of him. He made so many horrible mistakes that the superstars made him look good. Brock Purdy makes the superstars look good. Deebo Samuel looks great. Brandon Ayuk had 2 back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving years. George Kittle had a 1,000-yard receiving year. Christian McCaffrey was an MVP candidate, and so is Brock Purdy. Put some fucking respect on my quarterback's name. Whew, got a little heated there. I'm very passionate when it comes to Brock Purdy. But anyways, Russell Wilson, you were the bane of my existence for the early 2010s. Ruined so much of my life. And I just realized Bo Nix is right there. So I'm making another... Oh, wait. I forgot. He's on the Steelers now. So you are a starter, Russ. But you're only decent. You're not good no more. And I'm here for it. Still winning from that Brock Purdy, right? Spencer Rattler, you're not going to be a starter, so we'll put you here. Anthony Richardson, from the sample size I've seen of this man, I think he's going to be a really good quarterback in this league. The main thing about him is he needs to stay healthy. And I hopefully believe that the Indianapolis Colts will do that, protect him from himself because he's young and he thinks he's indestructible. But you are not indestructible, Anthony Richardson. You need to stay healthy and try not to make everything happen yourself. Please, I worry about you. Aaron Rodgers is still a superstar quarterback, even though he tore his Achilles. If you want to put Rodgers below anything this, I don't know what to tell you. He is still great, and that's all I have to say about that. Geno Smith, he's decent, man. He keeps regressing every year. Seattle Seahawks fans want to be delusional and think he's great. He is not. He's continued to regress. That one 2022 season was a Cinderella one, in my opinion. Each year he's getting bad, and I think this year we're fully going to see the fully this. I went blank. He's going to write back. He's going to write back. Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, you are also a superstar quarterback. And you know what? The more I look at this list, the more it just bothers me. I'm sorry, Kirk. I'm going to have to move you down to good. And I'm just looking at this list, and I'm just looking at all the playoff success that these players, all the success that most of these players have had. And yeah, you just don't have. So I'm just going to keep you right there. I'm sorry, Kirk. You didn't deserve that jab. Mainly because I saw who was coming up next, and this man is a superstar. He is going to be one of the new faces of the NFL, and he's definitely going to be in this category after this season. He has a stacked team coming in, and he is going to be very good and loaded with weapons. So, CJ Stroud, you are a superstar. I noticed I didn't put a lot of bad quarterbacks here, so I'm almost thinking about dropping a few people. Nah, we'll keep it how it is right now. Tua Tagovailoa, you are a good quarterback, but the fact that you're trying to potentially hold out this mini camp or OTAs for a new contract is very worrisome. I don't think you have the pull and the star power that you think you do, but that's beside the point. Mr. Bill Cosby himself, Sir, you are horrible. You either it's guilt eating you alive, or maybe you're just washed from the injuries you had. But you have not been what the Cleveland Browns have wanted, and they should have kept Baker Mayfield over you. You are bad, and I don't think you're ever going to come back to where you once were. And Cleveland fans, you are better off with Joe Flacco. Caleb Williams. I put I put Jaden Daniels in good, so you should be good, especially with all the weapons you're going to have around you. You should be a very good quarterback in this league. And Bryce Young, I feel bad putting you in bad because it's not your fault how bad you were last year. So we're gonna put you at decent. Yeah, decent for now. All right, guys, that's basically my tier list of these quarterbacks. So this is how I feel, and if you don't agree, I don't care. Here's our elite category. Here's our superstars of the league. Here's our good quarterbacks of the league. Here's our decent quarterbacks, and these three are just horrible. But anyways, guys, that's my tier list. Gonna get this edited, and hopefully you guys get to watch it on time, which should be Wednesday. Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Right? Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm recording this Tuesday night. I'm sorry. I'm very tired. I had a long day at work, but that's all I have for now. And hopefully, maybe pretty soon I could get some gameplay going. Maybe we could play like I'm downloading The Witcher right now, so maybe we'll do a Witcher walkthrough or something. But again, just playing around with YouTube, trying to get used to how everything works. This channel again will be mainly prioritized as a football channel with gaming stuff. So it's gonna be a mixture of both, and we'll see how it works out. So thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, please. I really want the algorithm to like me. Bye now.